recording. There you go. Meeting is recording. Welcome to Team United International training session. Today's training is going to revolve around this dreaded question. What do you do? You know, it's funny. A lot of people sometimes ask me, what do you say to people, when they ask you, what do you do? And really, I'm going to give you one straight line on this. It doesn't matter what you say. It's who's saying it. It could be anything, right? I've been connecting with a lot of teammates, and a lot of people are going for their coaching sessions and bringing to Kenneth, myself, what's not working for them in their business, how to, some of the obstacles that they're having. And one of the things that we have, we've noticed is that people are we're just hesitant in just really talking to people. Why? Because we don't know if what we're going to say is the right thing to say, and we don't know how to say it. One of the other things I was saying to the teammates, my pitch from the time that I started with Team United to now has extremely simplified. These days, I just call up somebody or I go on Facebook if I know a contact and I have a relationship. Here's my opening line. Hey, how you doing? Good. I think you and I should work together. Guess what they asked me next? Well, what are we going to do? What do you do? That's the question that comes up, right? Nobody says, no, what you're talking about, it must be a pyramid scheme or anything. No, nobody has ever said that. I say, I think you and I should work together, right? And then I build my case why the person and I should be working together. And we go through the conversation, and it leads me to an opening question, leads me to this conversation. So today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about two different ways that you can talk to people. Now, all this information is absolutely laid out for you in the Team United handbook, but we're just going to present it differently. So we're just going to make sure that the information is broken down. Kenneth has done so many sessions on this as well, so it's not new information, but we're just going to break it down differently. I have a different style than Kenneth, and Kenneth has a different style than me. So we're what does Kenneth call it? Yin and yang, right? So we're going to break down this information, so please make sure you have a notepad, a pencil, a paper, a highlighter, or something like that. I'm going to engage you guys in conversations. We're going to be chatting here as well, and I'm going to ask you to, whatever I'm going to be teaching and what we're going to be training, we're going to make sure that you guys are getting it, and you guys. The whole objective of this training session is for you to be able to go out and apply it, right? That's the objective. We're not interested in you getting a lot of knowledge and nothing is applicable. So we're going to give you chunks of pieces, information that you can go out and start using it. Make sense? Everybody ready? Chat box? Yes? No? Yay! All right, Kenneth is the only one ready. All right, Kenneth, you and me, man. All right, come on, let's go, people. Let's go. Okay, keep those hands moving. Okay, I want to make sure that nobody's falling asleep. All right. Okay. So, just for your entertainment pleasure, I've ventured into an uncomfortable zone. You want to know what that is? I am colorblind. So I actually created a poster for you with colors. So let's see how that works. I'm on mute. No, I'm not on mute. All right. Okay. So here's the thing. There are two ways you can answer this question. Okay. We're going to talk about when to use which approach, but right now, let's just get to the meats and potatoes of it. Whether you are in an elevator, whether you are having a conversation with somebody, whether you are in a networking event. Okay. When people ask you, what do you do? How do you answer it? What happens to you in your body? What goes on in your head that you either answer or fumble upon, or you don't have the words and something really cheesy comes out? I want you to really, I'm going to give you about 30 seconds. I want you to take a clean sheet of paper and I want you to write down, okay? This is what I want you to write down. When somebody asks you, what do you do? How do you feel? I want you to write down how you feel, like just one word. Like, for example, Mel, Glenda are saying that they feel stuck, okay? What are the feelings that you get? I want you to write down on your notepad. Write down as many feelings as you get, okay? I feel maybe it's anxious, maybe it's angry. I don't know why you would feel angry, but let's say you feel angry. Confused, right? You're cringing is like, okay? So once you've written some down, why don't you share in the chat room what are some of the feelings that you get, like the same way like Mel and Glenda have done. What are some of the feelings that you get when you are asked that question? Nervous, okay. Excited, of course, Kenneth. Right? And we'll talk about it, and there's nothing, and you could be excited, you could be absolutely fired, or you could be happy that they asked you. Okay, I want you to get to the feeling, like just be candid with yourself, because here's the thing, you won't be able to get to the bottom of what's not working if you don't acknowledge. Awareness is the first thing before we can do anything, okay? You want to get to the bottom of, like, what is it that you feel? It could be unsure. You could be, like we were hearing. Missed the question. Marissa, the question was, when somebody asks you this question, what do you do? What kind of feeling comes inside of you, okay? So whenever this question comes for me, I tell you, it's generally planned that way. Like, I don't get that question unexpectedly because I initiate all conversations. And I've already gathered information about a person, and then I know that question may be coming up. So I'm ready for it. And when I get it, I'm like, aha, that's it. Okay, now let's go and talk to this person. So I already know. So I'm generally, when I get that question, what do you do? I'm excited. I'll tell you something. About maybe a year ago, when I used to get that question, what do you do? I used to be confused. Okay, so what created that shift? I'm going to talk about that. Okay. All right. And excited and scared. Okay, so we've got the overall feeling, okay? Now here's the thing, that when you are unsure, or when you are excited, when you are confused and you're fired up, whatever you say is going to reflect that. Okay? Whatever you say, whatever comes out of your mouth is going to be a reflection of the feeling that you have inside. Now, I could give you a top-notch line that I use, but if you're feeling nervous inside, that top-notch line is not going to do anything. Does that make sense? Okay? Does that make sense to everybody? Right? So, depending on what feeling you have inside of this question, what do you do? It doesn't matter what I give you, you're going to put that feeling on it. I might give you a best line, and it works for me all the time, and as soon as you say it, the prospect runs away, right? It's because of that feeling, okay? So learn to shift that feeling, and that's a muscle. That's a muscle. That's why you practice. That's why you connect with everybody in the team. You practice these things and do it so often that it just becomes repetition. It just becomes a repetition. It's just like it's automatic, okay? So, perfect. So, let's talk about the 2 ways that you can answer this question, and then we'll have a little bit of a more conversation around the feelings and all of that stuff and how to address that and when to use which approach. So, the first approach. Are you ready for this? All right. So, the first approach is, I've got a flip chart here, so let me just post that right here. Hopefully everybody can see it. Yeah, you can see it. All right? Prospect running away. It's like, yeah, what do you do? It's like, and then you start talking and like, gone. Okay, so let's talk about the first approach. Everybody can see my flip chart? Okay? Yeah, T-shirt. Hey, Pervis, you're doing the squirrel thing. All right. I'll talk about what that squirrel thing is. Okay, so let's talk about one approach, and that is information-driven, okay? And we're going to talk about when you can use that and when you cannot use that, okay? So the first approach that we're going to talk about is information approach. Okay, it's informational. When somebody asks you, what do? You give them information. Now, it depends on what the conversation is, who you're talking to, what kind of setting you're in, and so on and so forth. Okay, this is more of a feature-driven with a little sprinkle of benefit. Okay, so it's feature-driven with a little sprinkle of a benefit in there. Okay, so let's talk about this. So when somebody asks you, and I want you to write these components down. So I want you to copy this flip chart into your notebook. Okay, so it has 1, 2, 3, 4 components of it. Now remember, guys, I'm not giving you a script here. I'm simply giving you a structure that you can start working from. Okay, I'm not giving you a script. I'm giving you a structure where you can start from. I'm letting you know, based on this information, you will have all of the tools necessary for you to go out and solicit what do you do questions. Okay, all right. So this is not a script. But let's talk about this structure. What is this structure? So somebody asked you, what do you do? Okay, well, here's a structure of conversation. So first of all, you tell them, well, because they're asking you what do you do for work, well, my team or my company, whatever angle you want to use, and we're going to go through some examples. So my team or my company, and give an example, like give a name. So it could be my team, Team United International, or my team, Team United, or my company, Trivita, or my company, Talk Fusion. Like, could be anything, right? My company, XYZ, so this is the name of the company, name of the team, whatever it is that you want to use, okay? So my team, my company, and then you want to let the person know what is it that this company has done or the group is doing, what is this team doing. So you can say is developing or has developed. Either way, doesn't matter what you use. Okay, so let's say, for example, a lot of the times I said, like, well, my Team United International has developed a mentorship and guidance platform. Okay, or it could be my company, Trivita, is developing health and wellness products, right, or something like that, of that nature. So that's what it is. So my team, my company is developing or has developed, okay, and then fill in the blank. Now you identify what target market. Okay, target market is simply who it is that you're trying to help. Okay, it could be everybody, or it could be professionals, or it could be seniors. It could be people with pain, right? Any angle that you want to take, you can go that way. So my team, my company is developed or has developed to help who? Okay, so you're basically answering the question who over here, and with what? What are we really trying to help them with? Okay, so what kind of problem do these people have, okay, that we're trying to help them with? Okay, so let me give you an example. Okay, so here we go. My team, Team United International, has developed a training and mentorship platform to help anyone with a successful online network marketing business, right? It could be that, or it could be interchanged. My company, Talk Fusion, has developed technology to help professionals with branding and marketing. How cool is that? All right, let me hear some feedback. Does this make sense? Did you guys write that down? Okay. So again, it's we're giving you the structure so that you have simplicity in your conversation. All right. Write these statements down, because I'm going to have you formulate these for Team United. I'm going to have you formulate for Talk Fusion, Trivita, products, opportunity, everything. Okay. So again, let me just go through it one more time. Okay, so my team or my company, whatever the name of the company or team you want to, Team United you want to use, is developing or has developed, whatever, to help. Who is it that we're trying to help, and with what? Okay? That's what an information. No, you're absolutely brilliant, Razat. Well, yeah, I am. Thank you very much. But Magda, I can't take full credit for this. I actually learned this breakdown at a networking event that I went to. So it resides over there. I wanted to make sure that I break it down in a simple format so that team can apply it. Okay, and all of this stuff, like I said, it's all covered inside of the Team United handbook, but it's not laid out in this format, but all of it is inside of the Team United handbook. Okay, so guys, post any questions. If it's good, just say good, and then I'm going to give you a bit of work to do, and I'm going to go grab a glass of water. So please give me. I was going to say thumbs up. Great stuff. Yes, Kenneth. What about everybody as Liz, Mel, Glenda, Marissa, Angela? Where are you guys at? Okay, does this make sense? Okay, looks so simple. Exactly. Sesame Street simple. Yeah, I've heard that somewhere. Liz. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm assuming that there are no questions. There are no questions on this. So here's what I want you to do. Okay, I want you to take this component and I want you to formulate 3 statements. Okay, 3 statements. I want you to make one for Team United. Okay, so Team United International. So make one informational approach to Team United. Okay, so that's one. Second, I want you to formulate something for Talk Fusion. Okay, and third, I want you to do something for Trivita. Whatever angles you want to use. Okay, make sure you keep it very simple. No need to use too many fancy words and all of that stuff. Okay, make sure you keep it very simple, and I'll be right with you. Okay, I'll leave this up. I'm just going to grab a drink of water. We'll give you, I give you about a minute and a half. I'll be right back. All right. Yes, sir. Kenneth, you have a question? Yeah, you guys can type it in. Absolutely. I was going to have you guys type in as well. So why don't you guys type it in to the chat box so that everybody gets to see everybody's answers. Okay? And that will be great because we're recording it. So in the recording as well, people will be able to see it. Great idea, Kenneth. Thank you. Okay. Now I know, Kenneth, why you get high marks in your courses. Let's go. Let's look at some other statements here. Remember, keep it very simple. Some of you might be thinking a lot on this, okay? No need to think, it's very simple, okay? Let me see if I can do this with Microsoft. Okay, my company, Microsoft, is developing a software to help students with their homework, with their science projects, right? You can redefine that a little bit. Again, make sure you keep it simple. If you're going down the elevator or you're going up the elevator, you want to be able to communicate that in a very simplistic form. So let's look at some of these over here. So Kenneth's, let me pick one. Let's look at the first one. Kenneth says, my team, Team United, has developed a system to help people create residual income. Okay, so let's match it up with our criteria. So my team, Team United, has developed, okay, a system. Okay, so we know that it's developed a system. Who are we helping? To help people, okay? And we could specify people. We could just say, overall people. We could say anyone. We could say seniors. We could say, if you want to drill down, we'll talk about that a little bit. To help people with, what are we helping them with? Creating residual income. Okay? So look at that. It fits right in here. And this is something that Kenneth has used many times, what it fits into this criteria. Let's pick someone else. Mel and Glenda say, let me pick their... okay, so they have one here. My team, Team United International, has developed a process. Okay, so my team, Team United International, has developed a process. Where did it go? To help people, okay, succeed with relationship marketing. Okay, so again, you've got all of the components covered. Great job, Mel and Glenda. Let's see, Pervez. My team, Team United, has developed a training platform to help people attain time and financial freedom. Team United has developed a training platform to help people with, what are we helping them with? Attaining time and financial freedom. Look at that. How simple is that? Right? Now you can make the words very simplistic so that they are part of your conversation. How you deliver those words are going to be very, very powerful. Okay? Even because I've spent some one-on-one time, a lot of time with Kenneth, I know there are things that he can say that I cannot. Like, I can say it, but the way I say it, they land differently. Okay, it's the same thing, it's the same lines, it's the same words, but they land differently. Okay, let's look at some of the other ones here. Gary says Team United is a group of successful entrepreneurs who help people learn to make money. Okay, so okay, yeah, it kind of falls into this format. Yeah, right, Gary, that's good. Tessa says wage work. You got me there. Let me put it in Google Translate. Kenna's like, what? All right. It says, my team, TUI, has developed a plan to help stay-at-home moms make money online with the help of self-development trainings and a guideline. Very nice. Now you notice, so let me expand on what Liz says. So my team, Team United International, has developed a plan. Okay, so she's saying that we've got a plan in place, and who are we helping? Where did she go? Oh, there it is. To help stay-at-home moms, very specific niche, right? Do you notice that? Like, she can actually speak to specific group of people now. make money. So what are we helping the stay-at-home mothers? Make money online, okay? And then she expanded on with the help of self-development trainings and guidelines, okay? So that's part of the plan, okay? So that's great. That's really great. Like, you know, you broken it down, very specific who we're talking to. Angela saying, my team, Team United, is helping me and many others with full guidance how to create a residual income online. Yep, Angela, that's very good. And again, we're trying to use this structure so that we can help you bring out all of those things. Okay, so yes, you did talk about my team, Team United, and then you said is helping me and many others with what? You got that part. This part may be missing a little bit. But again, nothing wrong with the statement, but we're just trying to have people formulate, fill in the blanks in here. Okay? Magda, my team. Let me pick one other one. Okay, Trivita. Mel and Glinda say, my company, Trivita, has developed a system to help students with creating additional income. Okay? So my company, Trivita, has developed a system to help students create additional income. Okay, I would probably put TUI there, not Trivita. Somebody formulate a Trivita statement. Let me see. A lot of people are using Team United. Very good, very good. Magda saying, my team, Team United International, has developed a blueprint of success for people who want to create long-term residual income. That's great. That's great, Magda. And again, make sure you write things that you could possibly see yourself using. Okay? Possibly see yourself using. Look at the people that you talk to. Okay? And then use the language that you would use to communicate with them. Not with me or with Kenneth or with the people in the team, but with them. How would you talk to them? My company, we work together with TUI. This group entrepreneur has developed a mindset that everybody can use to learn how to make money online. Very good. Kenneth says, my company, Trivita, has developed a product that helps people get out of pain. That's so simple, right? My company has developed a product to help people get rid of their pain. I hope you're getting the sense of simplicity in the message. Okay, the simple ones are the most effective ones. Let me see what Liz is saying here. My company, Talk Fusion, has developed various video conferencing messaging products which help you connect with your loved ones more personally. Okay, so again, all of the components are covered. Talk Fusion is a communication platform somewhat similar to Skype that we use to promote and make money. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. But there are a few things missing in that statement, Gary. Gary, what I want you to do is I want you to try to formulate it in this format. Okay. Like I said, right now, I just want you to use this structure so that you get the components of the conversation. How could you keep this simple? Okay, and Liz, yeah, that works. We would have to refine it a little bit, but yeah, that works. Okay, so my company, Talk Fusion, has developed various video conferencing messaging products. When you're saying that you're talking to everyday people, they may not use conferencing and message and video messaging products. That might be too much information for them. We can simplify that a little bit. You might want to simplify that. My company, Trivita, has developed a delicious natural drink to help people get out of pain. Absolutely. So I hope you guys are getting the sense of it, okay? Make sure that you get an opportunity when you connect with other teammates, ask for help with each other so that you guys get a sense of what are the components and how you could use it. Now, informational, we'll talk about the other type of pitch as well before we compare which one you would use in which setting, okay? Are there any questions on informational style conversation? Answering the question, what do you do? Are there any pending questions before I put up the next one? Okay. Very good. Second one. Let me get my artwork. This is an easy one. All right. Let's see. This is more of a value driven. This is emotional. There we go. Okay. All right. This is more. What do you call it? More benefit driven. More of an emotion tied into it. This is one of the things that we preach on in the Team United Handbook. Don't just talk about features. Features don't do anything. We have a great team that help. We have a great team with, great trainings. We do. Well, so what? Team United International has a training and mentoring platform. Isn't that amazing? No, it's not. Who cares? Right? Right? So you want to make sure that you give some benefit to what you are doing. So if somebody asks you, what do you do? Well, you could use, like, quite simply, we help, right, target market, and with what? That's it, okay? It could be many different things. That's it. Those are the simplest components. And this is like a quick 5-second thing, right? It's very simple. So let's say we're talking about Team United. We help students. We help students with earning more money so that they can afford the books, right? We help seniors, or we help people get rid of their physical and financial pain, right? It's really that simple. Right? It's really what do you help with? What value are you bringing to the marketplace? That's what this statement is all about. Okay? Does that make sense? Right? It's not very complicated. This is more of a value driven. So let's see some examples of it. Okay? We help people with what? Okay? So go nuts. Team United, Trivita, Talk Fusion, everything. Just type it in and let's hear some example. Let's help the team out. And don't worry about it if you've got a wrong statement or something like that. I don't think you can get a wrong statement in there, but we'll help you clean it up. Mel and Glenda, we help people with inflammation. We help people with what? Inflammation. Okay? It's value driven. Okay? So all of a sudden, if the person is experiencing inflammation or knows about inflammation, it's like, how do you do that? Right? So the whole idea of these two what do you do's is really to get permission to say more. Okay? Get permission so that you can add more content to it. Okay? We help people with physical and financial pain. Absolutely. How do you do that? Right? That's the next thing, logical thing that comes up. We help you with your business without team members role-playing. Sorry, Liz, I got lost there. We help you with your business without team members role-playing? Oh, with our... Okay, that's... Sorry. Okay. We help you with your business, okay, with our team members role-playing. Okay, got it. We help businesses increase their customer base, okay? Yeah, that's a good one. We help people make money losing weight, okay? Right? You want to use, remember, although cheesy is very subjective, I'll give you one. I shared this with Kenneth the other day. So what do? Well, I help people retire 10 years earlier than they thought they could. Guess what I do when I hear that? I'm gone. Right? It's just so cheesy, right? I'm telling you, just stay outside of the cheesy zone. I know it's subjective, but I'm just saying, talk to people in simple languages, okay? We help people create additional income. How simple is that, right? We help people create additional income. That's it, right? We help you expand on your business with our team members, role-playing, and coaching, okay? Yeah. So we help you expand your business, and using what. These are emotional driven. They evoke some form of an emotion. My chat is not updating, Angela. Angela, you might have to just kind of go in and out. I don't know. It's kind of moving over here. Or there might just be a little bit of a lag. Make sure you're disconnected from everything else on Skype. Okay. Sorry, you've logged out of Skype and nothing else is running. That might be it. So folks, I hope you're getting the essence of it. I know I haven't heard from, okay, Marissa had put that at the top. So guys, any questions on these? So emotional ones are value driven, they're very benefit driven, and they're really about what it is that I'm offering, what value am I bringing in the marketplace. You're talking to students, you could say that we help students earn extra money so that they have money to party it up. I don't know, to get books. Got it, don't be cheesy. No questions, awesome stuff. Okay, so now, if you guys don't have any questions, I want to talk about one more thing and then we're ready to wrap the session. Now the question would be, when would I use informational and emotional? Okay, how would I determine that? Well, here's how I determine that, and you guys are, Kenneth and everybody else who's talking to people, you're more than welcome to share all of your details as well. But here's one of the things that I do. Rarely do I get caught off guard with this question, what do you do? Okay. One of the things that I do, let me give you an example. When I'm at a networking event, I don't know these people, right? I generally the first one to initiate the conversation, and I'm the one goes up to a person and says, hey, that was excellent pitch. How long have you been in your business, right? My conversation starts right there, right? Or you could be like, you know what, that was interesting that you mentioned about your work. What is it that you do again? Like, how long you've been doing it? And they start talking, and I ask them questions, and I ask them questions, and I ask them questions, and questions, and questions. What I'm doing is I'm really getting to know that person. I don't care about right now, at that very moment, I don't care about what I have to offer is applicable or not. I'm going to find out how I am going to be of value to this person. That's the intention. That's the total intention, right? Many of the people that have gone through the coaching sessions with me, and I've heard Kenneth say this many times as well, is that, you know what, just be there for people. Like, listen to people. Listen to where they're at. Because you'll have an entryway to help them. You will find a way to help them. I was talking to, can't remember right now who, but I was telling them that when you're talking to people and you're engaging them in a conversation and learning about them and all that stuff, there might be opportunities for you to recommend them to a book. They may have just invested like, $500, $600 in a business like 3 days ago. You might have explored that and you'll be like, okay, so, have you ever read this book? Have you read this Anthony Robbins book or Robert Kiyosaki book? Here, let me be of value to you. Let me make a recommendation to you. Here's an online link that you can get it from. Be of value to people. Because in you asking question and coming from that mindset, how is it that I can help that person? You get to know how it is that you need to bring it up if you were talking to that person. Let me give you an example. Mel and Glenda are absolutely great. They've been going out and initiating conversations and looking for people to talk to. And sometimes during the time that they go to, there are a lot of seniors in the mall. Let's say, striking up a conversation. A lot of seniors may be talking about their pension checks. Might be talking about their pains or medicine or something like that. Depending on who I am talking to, if this person is telling me, well, I have the hardest time moving and walking and all that stuff, it's like, my next question wouldn't be pitch. No, that's not what I would do. It would be like, well, what are you doing for your pain right now, right? Well, I'm taking these drugs. How much is these drugs costing you? Well, it's costing me about this much. Like, well, do you have any other additional income lined up other than just your pension? Like, well, no, not really, blah, blah, blah. See, I've gotten a lot of, just between those three questions, I've got a lot of information to work with, right? And as I'm going through, it's like, saying, do you work out? Do you do this? Do you do that? And all that stuff. Once I have all of that information gathered, let's just say that this person asked me, what do I do? I'm not going to use the information hook. I'm going to use this. I'm going to be more connected with that person. I'm going to be more emotional with them. It's like, you know what? Why I'm asking you this question is because we help people get rid of their physical and financial pain. Does that make sense? Like, what I'm saying, did that make sense? Did that whole scenario make sense? Right? Okay? You have to be able to, see, you can't put a person in front of me. That's why many times when Kenneth and I are presenting to your prospects, as soon as they come online, we don't just start blah, 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 blah. We don't just start talking. We take the time to ask them questions because we want to know who we're talking to. Because our presentation, our conversation is going to be a different angle, right? I remember... I see Liz's name right here. When I first presented to Liz, it was a different angle than I went with Pervez. I still remember the conversation with Pervez, right? So it was a different angle. It was the same content, same presentation. The conversation was different. So that's how you want to look at this thing. How do you know which strategy to use? Is based on how you are gathering information. And then keep one handy, like, depending on, let's say that I'm wearing a suit and tie and all that stuff, and, I just, I had a little bit of conversation, great coffee, good weather, blah, blah, blah. What do you do, right? It might just be an information hook. It's like, well, my team that I'm working with, Team United International, we've developed a platform, a training and guidance platform to help professionals, with making extra money or something like that. Right? Or I could be talking to a professional, maybe I know he has a business. My company, Talk Fusion, has developed technology that to help professionals just like yourself, businesses just like yours, with branding and marketing. Right? So you use, it depends on who you're talking to, but you want to be armed with a posse of these statements. Okay, posse, I don't know, a posse of these statements, a collection of these statements, okay? Use the strategy that you think will benefit the prospect the best. It's all about bringing value to them. That's it. That's the bottom line, guys. That's like the statement that Kenneth put out there. You're really out there. Don't go with the intention to recruit people. That's not the intention. Try to be a person of value. Okay? That's where we're concentrating. Being part of Team United is not just about, yes, it is. We have a platform. Request time. We have a platform here that can allow you to follow step-by-step instructions to make money and create residual income, but in the process, you become a different person. I was having this very conversation with Kenneth the other day, that I am not the same person as I was 2 years ago when I joined Team United. Right? It's my conversation is so different. My thinking is so different. My mindset is just absolutely at a different level than I first came into Team United. That's why we want you to focus on being a person of value, because a person of value is the one who builds a large business, is a person who's able to follow instructions, is a person who's able to plug into the bigger team, is able to get themselves out of their own way and take their people and plug it into the system. That's what Team United is all about. That's what these statements are all about. So again, I thank you so much for taking the time, guys, and fire off any questions that you may have in the chat box. Use these approaches. Connect with teammates. Make sure that you have you guys practice this, because that's how you will be able to get comfortable. Okay, and hey, who knows? Kenneth and I might just call you up and say, "Hey, what do you do?" Then what? Hey, Kenneth, that's a good idea. Maybe we should do that. Kenneth's question is, do you ever combine them? Well, yeah, absolutely. If you really look at it, this portion is right here, right? So it's a benefit driven with a sprinkle of benefit. This is, feature driven with a benefit. And here is just strictly emotional, just going for straight value. Okay, so you notice that these two are included right here. So we've just kind of separated these. Maybe you have short time, maybe the person is reaching their elevator or whatever, right? We help people with this. That's just a simple, straightforward approach. Okay, so I don't see any other questions, guys. Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much. I hope you guys got value from this session. And, now that we've created this, the system, the new flow chart and everything, Kenneth and I will have more time to do trainings like these and many others to come. Kenneth has designed some amazing trainings that are down in the pipeline right now. Pervez, you have a question? Go ahead. So all of that stuff is going to be coming in, and we're going to be bringing you so that we can build you so that you can go out and build your business. Okay? Just waiting for Kenneth's Pervez's questions. Good stuff. Good stuff. Excellent. Excellent. Well, here we have come out of a deep freeze, and we are actually, in warm temperatures now. So our snow and frozen stuff is like melting. We've gone from I think there was one day we went from minus 10 or minus 12 degrees Celsius to positive. All of a sudden, I think there was one night we had everything. We had snow, we had freezing rain, and then we had melting and all of that stuff. Thank you, Mel and Galanda. Good stuff. Thank you. Can I send a list with the lines I am going to make? Sure. Sure, Angela. You can send it to me. If you connect with somebody else in the team, you can send it to them. Liz, thank you. Great stuff. He means 1 Celsius warm for Canadian winter. Yeah, that's warm for us. Here's a twist, Raza. What about talking to a couple? Husband wants to build his business and the wife wants to bring hubby home. Well, absolutely. I mean, again, remember that it might not be a one-on-one chat, right? So you want to be able to speak to both of them. You could speak to both of them as you find out what's important to each. The husband wants to build the business, and the wife wants to bring the hubby home and all of that stuff. So there's a lot of emotion, and for a husband there could be value in this part right here, and you'll be able to position some of it that you can help them with, right? So you could talk to a person and say, listen, this platform can, we've designed a system that can help you build a business on a part-time basis. An entire team goes to work for you so that you don't have to do the work. Again, give a benefit to you. And Miss Wife, this will help your husband retire earlier or come home earlier and be with you, and then collectively you guys can build a business together. So you guys can combine everything, okay? The whole objective of these points is simply to give you a structure to work off so that you have something. You have something. Don't just stay